Hello, March 14th, weekly update. Highlight of the week. There's kind of two of them, honestly. There's two highlights this week. One was a really awesome set that I had on Tuesday. The other is Vanessa is currently in the shop right now. Um, Vanessa being in the shop, it's not that big a deal. It's a few little things I wanted to get taken care of, although it kind of got extended a little longer than I was wanting it to be. Um, just getting some stuff done on my brakes, getting my brakes checked out, getting transmission fluid changed, and then also getting my cruise control fixed. So nothing major, just some maintenance slash minor fixes uh, being done. I was hoping to get her back yesterday, but that didn't happen. So it's currently Saturday, and here we still are. It's kind of lame. Hopefully the mechanic calls me back today, and then I can get back on the road with that. She's been in the shop since Tuesday, so you know, took her in Tuesday. They looked at everything Wednesday. Got to work that same day. They said they should probably have it done by Friday. And then Friday came around. They're like, no, we're still trying to get the cruise control thing figured out. So I was like, all right, cool. Which was a little lame because I was hoping to have it back. 'Cause I had to go to work yesterday. So had to borrow my parents' car to go to work and then come back. Hopefully he calls me today and they got it finished. But I mean, if not, it's just like, it just is what it is. I get it when I get it. Um, so nothing terrible, just kind of one of those, it just is what it is. Thankfully, staying at my sister's spot in the meantime. So it's kind of just how things go whenever Vanessa needs to get some things fixed and whatnot. But I'm hoping after that, um, hopefully no other major issues come up. I mean, I guess this really wasn't a major issue either. She didn't break down or anything, so that's always good. After this, it's getting the windows tinted, and then once the windows are tinted, it's like then it's like, all right, now I can get the equipment and everything to start the podcast. Which, man, it's taken so long. It has taken so long. It's taken what, 3.5 years, 3.5 years, maybe almost 4 years since the time I bought her, which was July of 2022, and we're in March, April, May, June, July, so it's like 4 months away. So not exactly 4 years, but it's close to it by the time I hit record from when I bought her. Um, but yeah, living in her, getting her started off from the get go, moving to Houston, um, redoing everything on the inside, building the furniture, painting everything, um, building everything with the podcast in mind. The breakdowns, getting the breakdowns dealt with, getting the accident dealt with, um, working, getting promoted at work, staying on top of things at work, doing comedy, writing, doing sets, talking to comedians, hanging out, you know, planning the logo. Still haven't actually done the logo, but I have the plan for it, so I know what it's gonna look like. I got to iterate on that, so that's another thing I got to do. Um, doing research on podcasts and thinking about the name, getting the name picked. Oh my gosh, dude, just so much. And then after all that, uh, getting this little thing figured out and dealt with right now, maintenance stuff. Um, then buying the equipment, then getting things set up, doing some dry runs, and then actually hitting record properly for like the first podcast. Man, it's weird. It's like you think it's gonna be like this quick thing. It's like, oh, I can just get my phone and just hit record and then, record with some friends. But like, no, you gotta do a little more than that, to differentiate yourself, to differentiate yourself, to make your podcast something different from just like, oh, we just put our phone there and hit record and it's just me and my friend. It's like, no, you need a hook, you need a niche, you need a very focused, demographic of people of like, this is who this is going to target in the beginning, right? And this is what makes this podcast different from everybody else's. And this is like, that takes work, right? It takes real work. And even then, I don't even know if it's going to work, you know. I don't even know if it's even going to hit with the audience that it's going to hit with. But of the comics that I've talked to about it, like everyone's just like, dude, that's a great idea. Like that's an awesome idea. Like, yes, do that. Like, do that. So, of the people that I've talked to, and of the thinking that I've done, and of the research that I've done, it's just like, yeah, it's a niche demographic, very specific image or theme topic. Um, and then where I'm doing it in Vanessa, like that's also niche. Uh, it I really hope it works. Like I really hope it works because it's taken years of time, of planning, of work, of setbacks to even get the podcast studio set up, right? Get the podcast studio set up for the podcast. And it's getting closer, just closer and closer, little by little by little. Like it's coming, it's coming. God willing, it's coming. So yeah, Vanessa's in the shop, and I'm hoping to get her out either today or maybe tomorrow. Although I think mechanic shops are closed on Sundays, which kind of sucks. So I'll probably get her out on Monday, if not today. Which is it's longer than I want it to be, honestly. But it's just that's it's one of the things you just can't do anything about it. It's just it is what it is. So oh well. So that's Vanessa. The set, the awesome set that I had though, that was awesome. That was on Tuesday. That was on Tuesday. Um, and so I actually borrowed my parents' car for that, to go and do sets that night because I was like, I need to do sets. I need to do sets. I can do sets tonight, right? I can get 3 sets in today. Also, Bible study. I had a Bible study on Tuesday that I wanted to go to. Finally went to that, so I was happy I went there. Went to the Bible study, got out the Bible study, went to my first mic of the night. At this place called Wonky Power. Had a good set there. Just went through my jokes, did my set, got a rep in. That was good. I was happy with that. The second set of the night though, that was the awesome set. Um, I signed up like late on the list. I was like 15th, and there were a few bumps in there as well. So I probably went on like 18th, 19th of the evening. But it was great because like I just sat in the back. I sat in the back, and sitting in the back, it's kind of nice, for me just because you can get a vibe for the crowd. You can get a read on the crowd. You can get a read on like what are they laughing with, what are they laughing about, and then you're also clued into the zeitgeist of the room, right? Like what's been said, who's in the crowd, who's stayed the entire time, what the crowd's been laughing at, uh, who's come and gone. Did somebody interrupt the set? Who went on before you, right? Did the person who went on before you bomb, um, or did they do well, right? And just being aware of like what's happened so far, right? And sitting in the back, aside from like comics, just sit in the back because you want the crowd up front. You don't want comics up front because like we've heard all the jokes, or a comic sense of humor is a little different from your typical person, right? Like we will laugh at some gnarly things. But all that to say that when I was sitting in the back, there was these three ladies who were sitting up front, and they were up front like the entire night. Um, and so they had one other friend. The one friend left though. So it was just these three ladies. Though these three ladies like were anchoring the audience basically all night. And while I was sitting back there doing my thing, I really didn't pay much attention to them. Like I saw them. I'm like, okay, cool, they're there. But there were other people in the crowd and everything. And so when I go up, I go up, I see the three ladies and I acknowledge them. I'm just like, hello, nice to meet you ladies. Like I've seen you guys have been here all night long. Thanks for sticking around. Really appreciate it. They're like, yeah, no problem. And so basically what unfolded from that point on, like I got to talking to them. And the lady in the middle she was a little wild, but it was her and her two friends. And she like me and her got to joking, and she made a joke of just like, I'm the single one, right? Like the other two girls weren't. And so then I started joking with the other two girls. And my whole set, like I tried to do some of my jokes in the beginning, right after talking to them and making them laugh, like just by talking to them, doing some crowd work. Um, I tried to like go into my set, and my set wasn't working as well. Um, so then after the set really wasn't working that great, I started talking to them again because I made a reference to like what we had talked about initially with the crowd work portion to one of my jokes. Then that got them laughing. And then basically after that, the rest of my set turned into me just talking to these ladies and joking with them about like their situation and like how the lady in the middle is the only single one. Um, the lady to my right, her left, she had a girlfriend, she was a lesbian, and then the girl on the left, I really didn't get to talk to her too much about like her situation and everything, but like the whole set turned into like a crowd work bit of me joking about her being single and then her lesbian best friend not being single, and then just riffing off of all of that because then the other girl on the left, my left, her right, she said something about the other girl's girlfriend, uh, that she would beat me up if she saw what I was saying to her, and I made a joke about that. Right, I'm just like, well, it's a really good thing her girlfriend's not here now, isn't it? Right, like your point is pointless right now. Like telling me that I would get beat up if her girlfriend was here. It's like, well, she's not here, so I'm not getting beat up, right? So it just it was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome. I didn't know it at the time, but like I just kept riffing, I just kept going, I just kept making them laugh, I just kept having fun. I was making them laugh, I was making the comics on the right laugh. I was making myself laugh because I'm just like, oh my gosh, it was just wild. But it was fun. It was fun. Um, and then I got the light and finished off with a bang. Said something I normally wouldn't say, but I was just like, screw it. Like I've had such a good set and such a good vibe with these ladies this entire time. Like I would say of the time I was up there, I maybe did like a minute, 2 minutes of material. The rest of the time was me just riffing with the audience, which is fun. It's nice. It's good. You definitely want to have jokes though, but nights where you can just like riff with some audience members and just make them laugh, like that also feels really really good. And so I get off after I get the light and get handshakes, get fist bumps, all the stuff from comics and stuff. Dude, that was awesome. Just like thank you, thank you. Um, and I recorded the audio for my set, and I looked at the audio, and I saw that I actually did 7 minutes. So that was actually really cool by the host. Shout out to Cameron. Um, he was giving everybody 5 minutes, but some hosts, if they see you rolling and you're just vibing and you're going, they'll let you go. I'm just like, dude, let him go, let him cook. Like this guy's cooking right now, let him cook. So I guess I got to like about 5 minutes. I listened back to the audio, and around like 4 minutes 20 seconds was where I dropped out of my set and started riffing with the ladies again, and then that's where I just kind of just went full on like, all right, we're just doing this. So I went with it, which I could see why Cameron like let me keep going and let me keep going another 2.5 minutes after that. So yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Left from that set feeling really really good. That's just like, dude, I'm funny. I'm funny. I am funny. I just need to figure out. I need to figure out how to do material in that way. I listened back to that set a few times, and getting a better idea of like, all right, when I talk like this and when I do things like this gets a laugh, right? So I'm keeping that in mind for doing my material. Like, maybe can I deliver this material in this manner? Can I rewrite this material with this perspective in mind, where I'm talking like this and I'm doing things like that? Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at. Set after that, I did one more set after that. Um, it didn't go nearly as well, honestly. It didn't go terribly. It wasn't a bomb. Um, but same thing of like, I went up there and I was trying to like do the set in the way that I did the material beforehand, the my set beforehand. But obviously, not nearly the same thing. The crowd work is always a little different, and usually it works differently than material, because everyone knows it really is in the moment. So it can have a potential shock factor to it, you know. But with regards to, materials, just it's different because you're saying things, and you're kind of like trying to set up a situation, right? And sometimes the setup doesn't work as well because the way you look or the way people perceive you and the content of your material conflicts with what you're saying, um, and it just doesn't work, right? Like the audience just has an understanding of like, yeah, there's something here that's amiss, or something here that doesn't line up. So it's okay. That set right there was definitely, getting sets like those are really like confidence boosters of like, yeah, I can keep doing this. So, you know, that's basically it. So Vanessa in the shop, and then having a good set on Tuesday. So other than that, I mean, I've had a good week. Went to work, going to work today. That's basically work, So I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and have a good day.